So I'm gonna give you guys an update as to what's been going on. This time of year, the crap storms that happen, I've already talked about that. And every time I think they're finished, something else happens. So I've already shown you the new parts that I got for the monster. Got these new spindles. And the bearings didn't come with them like they were supposed to. And I was talking to my dealer. He called me. Apparently I was supposed to sign at the post office stating that I picked up the package, and they didn't ask for a signature, so he didn't know that I got them. So he called to make sure everything was good. As far as connecting, I'm going to make sure it's the right speed sensor first, because apparently the speed sensor is different for the Vita Sport than it is for the Vita Monster. It's a Vita Sport. This is the one that was taken from it, because the monsters weren't in stock. So apparently they are different, but no bearings. So my dealer's going to, was going to look into it, because I had told him, I said, you told me that the bearings came with it, and he said, I was told that the bearings come with it, so he was going to find out. And I got an email yesterday stating that they're on their way, so I'm getting the bearings for it. So I don't think it's going to include the post that goes in through it, so at least I'll get a chance to break the bearings and figure out how it all comes apart. So that's a plus. So this time of year, aside from the crap storms and everything, I always also get my period of depression, and this year's been no different. It doesn't really need a trigger, it just happens. I think it's probably because summer's over and end of the fun. Well, I got to enjoy every day this summer, and that was my goal. I can't believe how it's so free now. It moves so easily. Like, I'm barely pulling on that. That's impressive. That's the way it's supposed to be. But I'm really worried about the motor. It's getting worse now that I'm not going out every day. When I come out here, I go to start moving, and the motor just kind of vibrates for a few seconds, and then bam, it takes off. So it's like jamming it in gear type thing. So it's starting to stick now when I'm parked, and it's not as fast as it was. It's slowed right down. But I'm getting another problem now. A few videos ago I mentioned that I had an idea regarding this, and I got thinking about the motor. When I'm going uphill full throttle, it's going normal speed, well, normal for uphill speed, and then it'll slow down for a couple seconds, and then it'll start going, speed up again. If it's a problem with the motor, then wouldn't that be all the time and not intermittent? You know what I'm saying? I'm basing it on the motor just because of what I saw when I took the brushes out. It's like a paste inside. There's oil coming out of it, so I'm assuming the motor is shorting inside, because all the dust from the brushes is very conductive, and if it's all through the motor, then it's gonna short, right? So I got thinking, well, maybe the issue isn't with the motor. Maybe it's the controller. So that was the thought that I had, because it's not consistent, and it seems to only happen under high load. So if that's the case, I do have a new controller that I can put in. Now, reverse isn't as fast on that one, but at least it's gonna work, right? So that was my thought. Now, I've still got these lights to hook up. I gotta put my slow moving vehicle triangle back on. I still got things I need to do, but because of depression, nothing's getting done. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not going out every day, because when you're depressed, you don't want to do anything. If you've ever suffered from that, you understand. So I haven't done anything with that, and the last few times I've gone out, I'm starting to get error code 7 again. Error code 7 is throttle error. That's the problem I was having with that plug was melted. So another thing that's making me think maybe it's the controller. To fix that problem, all I gotta do is open this up and check the plug, right? Clean the plug. Maybe it's got a bit of corrosion on it now, but I gotta take the seat off, and I haven't done that yet because instead of using my ratchet straps, I now have nylon webbing. I'm gonna make permanent straps for that, specifically for that purpose, only for that purpose. And well, I haven't got to that yet. So at this point, a lot of things are pointing at the controller being the issue, except for the junk that's the paste that's in the motor, and the fact that it just kind of vibrates and then takes off like it's jammed up. Because I got thinking, well, if it's doing that, then everything in there is just kind of solidifying, and then like before, when I was still going out every day, the monster was kind of slow at first, and then after a while, once it gets heated up, then it's normal speed. Well, I'm thinking, well, maybe that paste is softening up, becoming more like liquid, and it's not being as much of an issue. So there's that. So eventually, once I get to it, I'm going to check that plug first. Well, actually, it doesn't even matter. I'm going to change the controller, get that issue out of the way. If that doesn't solve the problem, I may just have to take this motor apart, because it's not going to last anyway. So if I damage it, no loss, right? I'm going to have to replace it one way or the other. So I might as well try to see if I can fix it first. I'm not looking forward to it. It's those screws that they got Loctite on them. They get heated up, and you know, they kind of get set in place, and you got steel screws into an aluminum casting, so they're going to be bonded as they are, and the screws run the whole length of the motor. So you know, the chance of twisting them and possibly breaking them is there. But like I said, I don't have another option, because if I don't, the motor's going to go anyways, right? If that's the issue. So bottom line, I got work to do. And when I was out today, I stopped at a place and I went to back up, and the monster's not moving. It's not an error. The backup beeper's going. It's not moving. So I tried to move forward okay, tried back up again, it's not moving. So I'm looking, what the heck? So eventually it went, but alright, I don't get it. I don't get it. So something is not right. And it's to the point now I don't want to deal with it. I got so many things I want to do cosmetically. Stuff that I sort of kind of talked about before, which I never really said exactly what it was, but I did mention that there's stuff I want to do that don't need to be done, like this, for example, the lights. And if it's going to quit working on me, you know, do I want to waste my time doing that, right? Because if that motor goes, I really don't want to replace it again, but at the same time, I have to. I don't have a choice. Because I'm not sure about that anymore. That needs work. Last time I took it out, I went down the hill here, and by the time I got across the road, like, most of the battery power was gone already. So something's up with it. And it's all solid rust underneath. I can't even work on it because everything, the bolts are all, you know, part of the frame now. Everything's rusted tight. So I'm not even sure if I have that as a backup. I don't know. I'm just not sure what I want to do. I have no inspiration, no motivation, and I still have to clean up this mess before the snow flies, right? And, well, actually it's got nothing to do with the snow, it's the cold, before it gets too cold. And there's just nothing there pushing me to do it. And this light here, I was going to replace it, but it's no longer available from the seller I bought it from. So I had to go with a different one. That one's 4 lights. I went with 6. I got the package, and I'm looking at it and said, well, that's definitely not the same thing. So I can remember how this opened. So it's definitely bigger. Oops. But the mounting hole is the same. There's quite a difference there. So I shouldn't have to drill another hole. Well, I won't have to drill another hole because that's basically the same size. And this actually looks water sealed, the cord itself, whereas this one, if I remember correctly, it doesn't. But I will have to drill 2 more holes, mounting holes. That's just so big. So, and it's basically the same thing. It's got 3 wires on it, and it's got the plus and minus, and then the 3rd wire for changing the flash pattern. And as far as operation, I think this one you grounded it to change the flash pattern. This one here you connect it to positive, so it's kind of opposite that way. So I have to remember that when I hook it up. But I'll probably experiment anyways to make sure I got everything right. So, new power supply for the camera's working perfectly. No complaints there. And I think there was something else I was going to mention. I don't remember. As far as axle goes, you can see where the speed sensor is. It's got this tab that sticks straight up, whereas the new one that I've got, it looks completely different. So I gotta cut that off, and I'm gonna figure out some way of, I'll jimmy something up. If I need to weld a different piece on, then I will. I don't even know if I can cut that piece off and weld it on. I don't know. Not a clue. So basically all that's doing is just keeping the speed sensor from twisting with the wheel. So, completely different mount than this one. But I haven't really paid too much attention to it yet. Because I just looked at it and I saw that it wasn't the right thing. So I just threw everything in the box and said I'll deal with it later. If I can find it. Ball joints. There it is. You see, even the speed sensor looks different. I'm not sure yet. Like I say, I haven't paid too much attention to this. I don't know. That's the right one. So somehow I gotta figure out how to make a, because I just need something just to stick in there just to keep it from twisting with the hub. And like I say, this other one has got a completely different mount on it, and it won't even fit on there. So I might just be able to bend this upward a bit just so I can get it down far enough. I don't know. I'm sure I can figure something out, but like I say, no motivation right now. What else? Oh yeah, there was something else I did. I got me some new rope. I'm hoping it's not too thick. It doesn't look like it's too thick. That I'm going to replace this with. Oh yeah, it should work. So, oh look at that. Stepping on my camera cord here. Yeah, two of the hooks have already come out. As I say, I didn't like this setup when I saw it. It doesn't look all that secure. There we go. Because this one here, it twists. As soon as I let go, it'll twist back up again. So I wanted to get some rope that is not twisted. Prevent that problem. And the other issue is the stop here on the end of the rope. That's all it is. It's holding everything together. But because of that, of the six sections of the pulley, only 5 are being used. So a normal pulley system, this would be attached at the bottom of the pulley here. So what I'm going to do, maybe something like this, and stick it through. Actually, that would work too. So I have something to attach the rope to. That's the way it should be. Because you got 3 wheels on each. And like I say, only 5 of them are being used. So, yeah, do it properly. And I'll be able to use all 6 of them. Make things a whole lot easier for me. Less lifting. Oh, there's one thing. Oh, my slow moving triangle here. I've already explained how I was going to put this on. And with this extra space back in here, I just got some more rubber washers. I'll just stick the rubber washers in there. And, oh yeah, put it in the right spot. Like this space here is the biggest one, so I'll just use rubber washers to take up that space. Stick one in behind there. That should solve that problem. Another thing I got some hooks. So when I lift the seat up or when I had the monster, when I took the rear end off, I was holding the back end up with the pulley, and I just tied the rope to the monster just to keep it up in the air. So I got a hook I'm going to mount on the wall somewhere that I can tie it to. That'll hold it up. And I got 2 of them because there was something else I wanted to do. I don't know if they're out here. I don't know what I did with them. Well, no, I guess not. I was sure I brought them out here. No. Anyways, I got a bunch of pulleys. My bike trailer. If I need it, you can see how much of a pain it is to get to. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I got a bunch of pulleys, and what I'm going to do with them is I'm just going to, when I need to bring the trailer down, or we'll take it out, whatever, bring it back, then I'm going to hook these up, and the white rope that I'm taking off of my pulley system there, I am going to use it to lift this up to the ceiling, but it'll lift it up flat, so it'll be a pulley at the front, pulley at the back, and probably 3 on the trailer, so 2 corners and that, just to keep it level, and I'll just use that to lift it up and hold it up at the ceiling, so I can bring it down anytime I want with ease and lift it up with ease. So that was kind of disappointing because I was sure I brought it out here. I'm going to check one more time. I'll probably find them when I'm not looking for them, which is usually what happens. I don't think. No, it's an empty box. Wow. Anyways, I think that's all I have. I don't think there's anything else I was going to talk about. I just wanted to give you an update on the depression. Yeah. I finally might be able to put my mirror extensions on, which I just talked about in one of my videos from last year. The problem I had was I don't have the right bolts, and this is one of the mirrors off my ES950. It's got the same threads on it as the Monsters mirrors, so I found nuts that'll fit on it, and I've got longer bolts to put it through the handlebar because nothing matches as is. So that's another project that hopefully I will get to at some point in time. I just thought I spotted another place those pulleys might be, but nope, no luck. Okay, so I guess that's it. That's my update. As far as doing a walk around with the Monster, my nice black rims are all dusty already. I wasn't able to keep it clean, but you know, that just kind of happens. I got sticks accumulating everywhere. It may happen soon. I don't know. I just kind of want to get everything done, because what I'm putting on, I want to show, but if I'm going to show that, I want to show the whole package, everything that I've done this summer, but we'll see what happens, I guess. So that's it for this one. That's my update. So hopefully I can get things going again. Like I say, I'm not going out right now much. I'm going out to get groceries or whatever if I have to go out, post office. Other than that, I'm not doing any tours or anything. I'm just going kind of straight there and straight home. Today's the first excuse me, today's the first day I've gone out. Did an actual tour. I did an autumn colors tour. It was kind of nice. Oh yeah, there's one other thing. I have my negative scanner now. So as far as my story of how I became a photographer and how I evolved into what I'm doing today, I might actually be able to do that now. Yeah, big issue is I have a lot of negatives, and they're not in any order, so it's not like I can start at the beginning. I gotta go through all of them to find what I'm looking for. That's gonna take some time. So I'm not gonna be short on content. I still have a lot from last year that I can get to, catch up on. There's not a whole lot that I really want to share, but there's some stuff in there. So stuff that I kind of skipped over before, but you know, if I need to make a video, at least I have something to make. So I guess that's it, and I'll just kind of show highlights from today's Autumn Colors tour. It was actually, as chilly as it is, it was actually kind of a nice day to be out. So that's it, and hopefully I'm trying my hardest not to let this depression get to me this year. It usually totally incapacitates me, but this year I'm actually handling it pretty well. It's more of a motivation thing than just like being down. It's just a matter of deciding, you know, I gotta get out of bed and actually go out and do something today. That's the part I'm having a hard time with right now. But it will pass eventually. Like I say, the crap storms will continue, and they are. I won't get into that. But they're really not really. I don't know what word to use. They're not contributing to my depression. I'm dealing with them alright. I don't know. The depression just happens. You know, nothing. I can't control it. But I'm doing my best to not let it affect me. So, anyways, that's it for this one. I'll leave you with today's tour now.